You know, like going from £9 an hour in a shop to 20k a year doesn't sound too bad, right? But without trying to sound elitist or shitty, you have to wonder what sort of person you're attracting into the force there, right? If you're opening entry, alluring, attract as many candidates as possible, if your beginning pitch to people is 20 grand a year, what kind of person are you attracting in? Because the people who can earn more, who have the intelligence or the drive or circumstances or privilege or whatever to do jobs that pay more than that, will go off and do the jobs that pay more than that. They'll go off into grad schemes. They'll go off into apprenticeships. They'll try to get hired into a bank. They'll do this. They'll do that. They're not going to be enticed by 20 grand a year into the police force. They're just not. And that means that, like, how do I say this without trying to make myself sound like more of a twat? But like, do you understand what I mean? Like, there's tens of thousands of people who love working in retail, and they're highly intelligent, and they're able to tell right from wrong, and they interact with members of the public in a professional and courteous manner. But there's also a lot of people who fell into retail because sitting on a checkout all day exhausts the limit of their cognitive ability. It just does. Like, I know how that sounds. It sounds horrendously cunty. But just, I know that I've got a point here somewhere, right? Like maybe some of them then try to join the police force and fail because they're just too dumb. Maybe that happens. And we've all interacted with people in shops where we're like, and I know this is harsh, right? But it's like, we've all done it. We've all been in shops where it's like, they're taking ages to serve you. And it's ages for them to find the button on the till, and is it the right button? And then they scan the thing twice, and there's a line of people behind you huffing, and you're like, oh wow, I should be getting impatient, but actually this person is so dumb that this experience is almost inspiring. You know, like they're trying. You know, like it's somebody gave them a shot, and they're here trying. They give you your bag and your receipt, and then you're like, yeah, man, you keep on trucking, man. Like, you keep on at this, bro. You've got this. You know, like, you're rooting for them. They're the underdog. I think there's something in this, you know, this idea that the pay is just too low for police. And so the caliber of people who apply are the people who are trying to escape another shit, thankless occupation, you know? I think that's certainly a chunk of people who end up going into the police force. And if they're escaping another thankless occupation, like in a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's or a, you know, with just as many annoying power trip psychopaths in there. Like, I mean, have you ever worked in a supermarket? Guys, tell me, tweet at me, tell me if you have, and tell me if this is your experience, because I did a Saturday job thing at Budgeon's, and then later I moved on to Sainsbury's when I was a teenager, and you definitely get them, like this type of person, this sort of person that taps you on the shoulder and says shit like, Rita, yeah, look, I know, I think I said 3 cans of runner beans and 4 cans of baked beans next to it, but you've done 4 cans of runner beans and then 3 cans of baked beans. But that's not what I said, is it, Rita? Why have you done that, Rita? And she's like, oh my God, who gives a shit? You know? And then they're like, well, that's the wrong attitude, Rita, and that's why you're not the duty manager, Rita. You know, like, it's performative power trip pricks. You know, is that your experience? Like, have you guys worked in supermarkets, and was that your experience of it too? Not all of them, like, by a stretch. I know there's some lovely people that work in supermarkets, but I think most people who have worked in a supermarket will have worked with 1 or 2 personalities like that. So I don't know, like, maybe fuck everything I'm saying. Maybe moving from that to the Metropolitan Police is actually a good career move, you know, like transferable skills. Like in the Police Now Academy, they're like, have you ever worked for a sociopathic prick before? You have? Tesco? Oh, cool, yeah. Well, Tesco's basically our junior boot camp now. So you're going to fit in great. You'll be perfect here, yeah.